Hello dear students, let us continue with the atom chapter. So in this class we'll study atomic spectra. So we have two types of spectra. So one is line emission spectrum and line absorption spectrum. Before studying this concept, let us have the brief revision of last class. So in my last class we studied about the drawbacks of Rutherford's model of atom. So the drawbacks are, Rutherford model fails to explain the stability of the atom. Also, it fails to explain the spectrum emitted by the complex spectrum emitted by an atom. Also, we studied the expression for the radius of the electron orbit, also the expression for kinetic energy, potential energy, also the total energy. So in this class we'll study about the atomic spectra. So to understand the concept of atomic structure, it is important to first understand the emission line spectrum, also the absorption line spectrum. So these solids, liquids and dense gases, they will emit electromagnetic radiations at all temperatures due to the oscillations and interactions of their atoms, also their molecules. These radiations have continuous band of many wavelengths of different intensities. But if we consider the rarefied gases on excitation, so they will emit some discrete wavelength which appear to be a series of bright lines. So these radiations are due to the atoms themselves and not because of interaction between molecules and atoms. So now see the slide. We have the hot filament of the light bulb. These waves have a continuous range of wavelengths, some of which they are in the visible spectrum. The continuous range of wavelengths is a result of the entire collection of the atoms that make up the solid. So here we have the different elements, so they will emit these continuous spectrum. So you can observe the different colors, so that the different colors leads to different specific wavelengths that are unique to those atoms. So now let us study what is the meaning of line emission spectrum. So as I mentioned in the previous video, so line spectra of a material, it serves as a fingerprint for identification of the elements. So particularly you can say that the gas. Each element has a characteristic spectrum of radiation which it emits. When an atomic gas, so you can observe in the slide, or vapor is excited at low pressure, so by passing an electric current through it, the emitted radiation has a spectrum which contains certain specific wavelengths. This spectrum is said to be line emission spectrum, and it consists of bright lines with respect to a dark background. So you can observe in the figure, so we have a gas in a tube. So when it is excited at a low pressure, so and it is passed through electric current, the emitted radiation, it will have some spectrum, so it contains some specific wavelengths, so that spectrum is named as line emission spectrum. So we have a screen, so that the screen is a dark background. On that dark background we are observing the discrete lines, they are what? Bright lines. So that spectrum is said to be line emission spectrum. So the study of line emission spectra of a material can therefore, it serves as mentioned earlier, it is a fingerprint for the identification of the gas. So this is about the emission spectrum. I'll repeat one more time how we can explain line emission spectrum. So suppose when atomic gas or any vapor is excited at a low pressure and it is passed through some electric current, so it will emit some radiation. So that radiation has a spectrum which contains specific wavelengths. So that spectrum is said to be line emission spectrum. So how we can understand there is a presence of a spectrum? So you can observe the screen, also the discrete lines of different colors. So they were observed in the form of bright lines with respect to a dark background. So this phenomena is said to be line emission spectrum. So next we have the second spectrum, that is line absorption spectrum. So when white light, so you can observe in the slide, so we are passing white light through a gas and we analyze the transmitted light using a spectrometer, we find some dark lines in the spectrum. So you can observe some dark lines in the spectrum. These dark lines correspond precisely to those wavelengths which are found in the line emission spectrum of the gas. This is called the absorption spectrum of the material of the gas. So you can observe white light. So that white light is passed through a gas. So the transmitted light, when it is analyzed through a spectrometer, so they found some dark lines in the spectrum. So the dark lines correspond precisely to the wavelengths which we observed in the line emission spectrum. So since we named this as a line absorption spectrum, so we'll have the comparison in the next slide. So here you can check. So we have the absorption and emission spectra for the same gas. So we observed discrete lines in the line emission spectra. The same lines, they were observed, they were absorbed in the next spectra, so called as absorption line spectrum. So next we have the spectral series concept. So we might familiar, or we can accept that the frequencies of the light emitted by a particular element would exhibit some regular pattern. So if I consider the simplest hydrogen atom, so it will have the simplest spectrum. In the observed spectrum, however, at first sight, there does not seem to be any regularity in a spectral lines, but spacing between lines within certain sets of the hydrogen spectrum decreases in a regular way. Each of these sets is called a spectral series. So in the year 1885, the first such series was observed by a Swedish school teacher, Jacob Boehmer. So in the year 1825 to 1898, so he observed in the visible region of the hydrogen spectrum and named that series as Boehmer series. So you can observe the spectrum here. The first line with the longest wavelength, so that is the red color, so named that line as a H alpha line. So that is having the wavelength 656.3 nanometers. The next line with wavelength, so that is H beta line, so it is observed in the blue green region of wavelength 486.1 nanometer. The third line, so that is H gamma, so of wavelength 434.1 nanometer, so in the violet region. So lastly we have the H delta, so that is 410.2 nanometer. So if we go on explaining the wavelength, so we have the last line as h infinity. So you can observe as the wavelength goes on decreases, the lines appear closer and closer together and are weaker in intensity. Balmer found a simple empirical formula for the observed wavelengths to find its wavelength using the formula. So that is, so you can check the equation in this slide. 1 by lambda is equal to r times 1 divided by 2 square minus 1 divided by n square. So lambda is the wavelength and n may have the integral values 3, 4, 5 and etc. R is said to be the Rydberg constant. So the value of that is 1.097 into 10 raised to 7 per meter. So this equation is said to be the Balmer formula. So if I consider n equal to 3, so one obtains the wavelength for the H alpha line. So as I mentioned the value of H alpha here, so that is got by putting in the equation 1 by lambda is equal to r times of 1 divided by 2 square minus 1 divided by n square. So if I substitute n equal to 3, I'll get the wavelength of H alpha line. Similarly, when I substitute n equal to 4, so one obtains the wavelength of H beta line and etc. For n equal to infinity, so if I substitute here n equal to infinity, one obtains the limit of a series at lambda equal to 364.6 nanometer. So this is called the shortest wavelength in the Balmer series. Beyond this limit, no further distinct line appear. Instead, only we have a continuous spectrum is observed. So similarly, we have the other series of spectra for hydrogen. So these are known after their discoveries as Lyman, Paschen, Brackett and Fun series. These are represented by the formula. So first one we have Lyman series. For Lyman series, wavelength expression is 1 by lambda is equal to r times of 1 divided by 1 square minus 1 divided by n square. So the value of n is 2, 3, 4 and so on. So here also we can find the values of Lyman series for different values of n. So by putting the value 2, 3, 4, so we'll get the different values of the Lyman series. So we have next Paschen series. So 1 by lambda is equal to r times of 1 divided by 3 square minus n square. So n equal to 4, 5, 6 and so on. So next Brackett series. So 1 by lambda is equal to r times of 1 divided by 4 square minus 1 divided by n square, n equal to 5, 6, 7 and so on. We can also generalize the expression to determine the wavelength of different series. So like 1 by lambda is equal to r times of 1 divided by n1 square minus 1 divided by n2 square. So also last one, the Fun series. So 1 by lambda is equal to r times of 1 divided by 5 square minus 1 divided by n square. So n is equal to 6, 7, 8. So the Lyman series is observed in the ultraviolet region and Fun series Brackett also Paschen series they are observed in the infrared region. So also we can write the frequency equation for using the Balmer formula. So using the expression C is equal to mu into lambda. So therefore mu is equal to R into C into bracket 1 divided by 2 square minus 1 divided by n square. So mu is the frequency of the series, R is the Rydberg constant, C is the velocity of light. So let us have the spectral series for hydrogen and their wavelength range. So the Lyman series is observed in the ultraviolet region. So the values of N2 is 2, 3, 4 and so on. Balmer series is observed in visible region. So you can check the value of N2 is 3, 4, 5 and so on. Paschen, Brackett and Fern series, they were observed in the infrared region. So let us have the expression. So see the slide, you'll get the idea. So this is what the spectrum we can find for the hydrogen atom. So there are only a few elements, so like hydrogen, singly ionized helium and doubly ionized lithium, whose spectra can be represented by simple formula. From the equations we can find the wavelengths for hydrogen atom, so whether it radiates or absorbs. However, these results are empirical and do not give any reasoning why only certain frequencies are observed in the hydrogen spectrum. Thank you. Continue in the next video.